I have to say, I just heard one absolutely mind-blowing story that, I got touched so deeply that I had to share this with all of you who are out there in my network, in other people's network, because it's so worth to hear what this lady, absolutely amazing person, has to say. And I'm here in Nashville at the CMO Club Summit, and we had a charity support session, and this lady came along, and I just let her to introduce herself and just tell us and tell all of you what she just told me and us here at CMO Club Summit. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Clemmie Greenlee. I'm the founder of Nashville Peacemakers. Stop the Violence. Enough is enough.
Okay, so I heard your life story, how everything started. So if you can just, in short terms, explain your life journey and why did you come here?
Wow. I could say I had a rough life, starting at 5 years old, being molested all the way up to sex trafficking, abuse, raped, alcoholic family, just no education, no schooling. Had a baby at 13 years old and didn't know how to raise the baby or didn't get any help for the baby. But for some reason, I never gave up on wanting to be loved and wanting to give love. So I just started a journey of drugs and alcohol at an early age, got trapped up and ended up homeless, prostituting for a long time, ended up in prison, in and out of juvenile just about my whole teen years. And something just wouldn't break in me, no matter how hard I tried to give up. I'm just tired. I wanted to die. I got stabbed in my back, and I knew I was going to die at the end because it was 3 inches away from my heart. But it didn't, and I didn't know a God then. And so I couldn't be like, God, why you putting me through this? And it was just like, I don't know what I'm made of. And so I ended up in the streets in the life for about over 20 years. And so getting out of prison, I was facing 20 years at 42 years old. And I ran into a person that knew about a program called Magdalene House, Thistle Farms, and they took me in at 42. It's a 2-year program for drugs, sex trafficking, and all the stuff that I went through. Didn't know nothing, didn't know how to read much. They taught me everything. I asked a million questions. I wanted to hit the streets and love on everybody I could once I found the love. But the first thing I wanted to do was love on my son. So I wanted to find him. He would have been, I guess, 20-something by the time I was able to come back and find him. Didn't really know what he looked like or nothing like that. So people were showing me who he were at one time from a picture. But when I finally got to see him 6 months after my recovery exit, he was murdered in the streets. And so I didn't really have that much time with him, but he was able to see me clean. He was able to see me trying to get out here and love on people. And once I hit the street, the first thing I wanted to do was, the reason I wanted to find the guy who murdered my son is because at the funeral, there was so many people there. And I figured whatever my son done in the life that I didn't know about, he touched a lot of spirits. So my anger turned into passion. And I wanted to find the one who murdered him and his mother, so I could love on him, help him out, and see what I could do that it don't happen again.
So much love comes out from you, and I feel that is something amazing and it has to reach many, many people out there. What also I learned today from you is that so many young children die in Nashville streets, and that doesn't even reach the news. So I think your story about Nashville streets and how African American children are dying on a daily basis, also girls getting into prostitution and sex trafficking, that's something that you are fighting for, to get the end to it, and also how to educate these young children to live better life, to do something about their lives. And you are actually the biggest player there, because your story you share with them, so they are actually believing, because you went through all of that. So how we as successful people and professional in many different industries who are going to hopefully hear this, what we are saying, can help.
Well, first of all, I need a facility. I need someone to help me market this. I need someone to put me in a different audience. We so buried behind Nashville Hall of Fame and the development that no one really want to talk about the streets of Nashville with the crime department. So when I see that I'm burying 45 young black males a week, then that's a problem for me. When I see that there's 12 to 15 young girls to be missing a month, that's a problem for me. And nobody want to dive into what's happening because they scared they'll scare off some of the tourists. And I understand that. But they don't understand that it's breaking our hearts and we're burying our children like this with all these guns that's not being questioned about where they're coming in at. So marketing put me in a different audience so I can speak. Fundraiser, I'm looking for a building. I work out of my home and my garage. It's just a little 3-bedroom, nothing fancy. It's a 3-bedroom that I just gave up my privacy for to bring the kids in. I deal with 10 girls, 12 to 16, 10 boys, 12 to 16 on a daily basis in my home. I run out of food, I run out of paper towels, I run out of everything. But God always find a way to replenish me. So if anyone could just speak this, I don't want to be a pulpit for me story. I want to be a story about change. I want to know that I recently had wore my own heart out, hitting the streets, trying to save my community and my youth. That as of May the 17th, 2018, I just received a new heart from Texas. So I'm standing here within 5 months of a heart transplant surgery. So I don't want to take this new heart and put all that stress and pressure on it. I want some help this time because I have street credibility. Just got nominated a proclamation of the state of Tennessee from the senator. And so I feel like I've earned this, and now all I need to do is earn a new team.
Yeah, very, very important to say that doctors said to this lady that she only has 2 months to live. And now with the new heart, we definitely don't want anything to shorten her life. So we have to help her somehow. So you do have already Facebook, and you do have Instagram, and you do have your website. So I will definitely list all of this so that people can actually go there and donate and help you out with some different kind of donation. Doesn't have to be money. It can be someone who
volunteers, your time, volunteers.
Exactly, time. Someone who's really good with social media and who's willing to help, and someone who also is good with raising money, so is willing to help. And the key here is really spreading that story, because everyone is apparently very quiet, and that's something that has to stop.
You have to quit being silent. We got to break that. Everybody's hurting and everybody's being lost because they're scared to speak up. But it's today's day, and the new generation coming in and the new year coming in. We have to stand. We have to stop this, and we have to block some of the corporate and the government that knows all about it and won't do nothing about it. And I'm here to make a stand.
And this is a lady with purpose. So something that you found after all these troubles that you went through all your life. And you said earlier that you don't even know how it is to be a teenager, because you jumped from the child into adult by being forced. And so your purpose is to give to this community something back, to teach people how to live better life. And there is something better, even though it's hard to reach, but still you can. So just to say that I am shaking. I've been deeply touched with your story, and this has to go further out. So please help, and you will see on my post all details that you can pay also into PayPal account that is already set on your website. So by all means, please reach out and let's just help. Thank you. Thank you so much.